Hey, and welcome to Have Guitar again. I've decided to remake the review, or rather make a reshot of the review, because I think the first one became way too long, which had to do with me shooting several small clips, and then when I merged them together it was just too long. But I'll still keep that up, and I'll do a short one here where I will try not to talk as much as I did in the first one. So this is the short version. We can start off with the finish on the Gibson SG. The finish is fine, as is the setup from the factory. Intonation is fine. The string height is quite low, if you like that. Some people don't like it low, but I do. It's quite low, it's not extremely low. But it's a good setup. There are no buzz on any frets or stuff like that, and no dead tones either, so that's just fine. There has been some discussion, not only for this model of the Gibson SG, about neck diving problems and stuff like that, due to the placing of the strap button. On this SG you have a strap button on the behind of the horn here. It has some neck diving tendencies, but it doesn't neck dive, as you can see if I stand up. Pulls a little bit down, does not neck dive, but the placing also makes the guitar, it feels like it's pushing a little away from your body. So it pulls down a little bit, pulls out from your body a little bit. So that could be, I guess it could be a nuisance for some people. For me it's okay, it's no big problem really. If you don't like it, you could switch the position of the forward strap button either to the horn, like Tony Iommi wears it, I think. And I think absolutely on some of the stock models of the Gibson SGs. Or on the heel, on the back here. I've seen some instructions, people have modified their SGs, put it here. They say it becomes great. I don't want to modify a brand new guitar right away. So for now, for me that's fine as well. The G-force system, what to say about the G-force system? I heard that on the previous models or previous years, wasn't that much of a deal really. And I don't think it's that good on the 2016 SG, at least. It's a bit slow, it's a bit inaccurate. You can have to tune it 2 or 3 times sometimes. And also one of the bad things is that you have 18 slots where you can store presets. It comes with 12 presets from the beginning. So you have like standard tuning, you have drop D, open G, open D, whatever. Problem is that to notify which tuning you want to reach, you press a button and then it's represented by the 6 strings, which can be lit in 3 different colors, red, blue, green. So if you have E blue, that could be drop D, or E green, that could be open D, for example. So you need to keep 18 slots in your head. So it takes quite good memory to do that, according to me, because my memory sucks. So I would much more prefer that they would have like a little display where you could see a short version of what kind of tuning you have on the different slots. So that's not really good. And also in combination with the Tunas, I've had some problems with the Tunas, with the guitar not staying in tune. Mainly with the G string and the high E, mainly with the G string, which is not that uncommon, I think. But it could also be that it needs to settle in, like you need to play it more, because I've only had it for a month. The Tunas are in my unboxing video. I thought it was go-to Tunas, but it's not. It's Gibson's own Tunas. And you have, like in the peg, you have a hole. So you cut the string, put the string into the hole, wind it around the peg as much as you can, and then you start tuning. And with the different gearing on these G-force tuners, you'll have to wind a lot more to achieve less, so to speak, compared to ordinary tuners. So that switching strings for me, which also made a untuning problem better, but switching strings took like an hour for me, which is a long time. Maybe it'll go faster once I get a hang of it, I don't know, we'll have to see. One option is, of course, to get rid of the G4 system and change the tuners for something, a better brand. There are lots of brands to choose from on the market. I'm gonna give it some time before I decide to do that. The G4 system, not so good, not so good. The tuners, maybe. I've had a couple of sessions where I played for a long time, like a couple of hours, and it hasn't gone out of tune. Then all of a sudden it'll go out of tune in 5 times in 20 minutes. So that's a bit strange, I think. I don't know why. Also, when I changed the strings, I put on elixir strings, which made the problem less relevant. But I also forgot to put some graphite in the nut and the bridge, because that'll keep the strings in tune better, actually. So I'll have to try that. I have to give it a couple of months at least. So maybe I'll do a follow-up video in the fall or something like that to let you know how it worked out. Worst case scenario, you'll see me with the Gibson SG High Performance without the G4 system and factory tuners. Best case scenario, it's still there, I don't know. For the playability of the guitar, I think it's great. It has a soloist neck, it's really fine. It's the paint job on the neck, I guess for some people that have problems with hand sweat, it could get sticky when you play. I don't have that problem, lucky enough. But I think the neck feels fantastic, actually. It's a really nice guitar to play. It's easy to play. It's like one of those guitars that plays by itself, almost, you could say. I've had a Gibson Les Paul since 1986, which has always been my #1 guitar. And for the last month I almost only played this SG, as it's a new guitar. It's always fun and new, you know, you want to play it as much as possible. So when I pulled out my old Gibson Les Paul to do some comparison recordings for the previous video, actually, but I guess I'll include it in this video as well. When I did that, the Les Paul felt really hard to play compared to this SG. So it's a real player, I would say, a real player. And the sound is fantastic. We have a 498 at the bridge, 490 at the neck, and they sound amazing. It's I would say you can play anything from jazz to metal with this guitar if you have the right sound. And yeah, it's a player. It's, as I said, the setup was good from factory. The neck plays great, both front and behind. You have that little extra string spacing on each side of the neck, which it doesn't make the neck feel any wider, but will prevent you from sliding off, which you can do if you play a little bit sloppy. I'm a really sloppy player, so don't expect too much from the sound examples. And I think the guitar looks fabulous. What do you think? I think it's a really beautiful guitar. I love the SG in black, or ebony as Gibson calls it. Of course you have the red, the cherry as well, which only makes me think about Angus Young for some reason. Maybe this one should make me think about Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath. I don't know, I just love the looks of this guitar, and it's light. It's a thin guitar with a big sound, I would say. I've had some problems with both my shoulders for the last years, getting old, I guess. But it's a dream to have a guitar so light as this one, that plays so well, has a great sustain, great sound, a very flexible guitar. So you could ask yourself, should you buy a high performance? Well, I think that's really up to you to decide, because I just ordered mine. I was a bit curious about the G4 system. So I just ordered mine because they didn't have the high performance at my local store. Otherwise I would have gone there and tried it out, and that's what I would recommend to you. Where I bought it, I had 30-day return guarantee. So if I didn't like it, I could have sent it back. But I didn't, despite the few issues, not really any big issues. But I didn't send it back because I like it a lot. But I think if you have the possibility, you should go to a dealer and try it out. And best case would be, of course, if you could compare it to Gibson SG traditional without the high performance stuff. But also one thing that is great with the high performance, it is that it comes with a hard case. I just think a guitar should come with a hard case. Back in the day, most guitars came with a hard case. Nowadays, when you go into the store and you talk to the dealer, they'll say, "Oh, and this guitar comes with a hard case as well." Like you should be thankful for it. I mean, it's just something that sheepgoating manufacturers has come up with. That only the high-priced models should have a hard case. Every model should have a hard case, of course. The one that came with the SG, I guess you've seen it in the unboxing video. It's aluminium and a wooden handle. There's one problem with that for me. I don't have that large hands, and the wood handle is quite large. So and the case is heavy. So carrying it, I have to switch hands all the time. So that's and also the surface of the aluminium is kind of sensitive. I think it's I already have a couple of scratches in it, actually. So what would I say about Gibson SG 2016 High Performance? Well, I love this guitar. It's a dream to play. Sounds really great. The G-force, I wouldn't call that a problem. That's alright. So I tried it out. It didn't work as well as I would have hoped it would. The tuning problem is most of the time not a big problem. As I said, I've played some sessions where it just plays on, staying in tune all the time. Yeah, I would give a good rating for this guitar. 8 out of 10 if I have to put the numbers on it. Would have been a 9 if it weren't for the small problems with the tuning and the G-force system being a bit slow and stupid designed. And why would it be a 9 rather than a 10, you might ask? Because a 10 really needs something spectacular in my book. Sorry, there was a fly disturbing me. So that's it. Short version of my review of the Gibson SG 2016 High Performance. I hope you liked the video. I hope you like my channel. If you like the video, please leave a like. I would like to grow the channel. If you think it has something substantial, you could also subscribe to my channel. Sorry for nagging about that, but as I said, I would like it to grow a bit, if possible. And if you don't like it, or if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below. I would be more than happy to answer them in the comments. Pricing in Sweden, I paid 11,000 crowns for this one, which I think is really, you get a good value for your money, I must say, with the hard case and everything. It was on a sale, so normally it's a little bit more expensive. But 11,000 crowns, price in dollars here, I hope. Yeah, so thanks for watching and take care. Rock on!